Hi family, this is Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy, and I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the art of internal detoxification through the use of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. And this video is all about enemas, why we use enemas, why you would want to do a medicinal enema, etc., etc. So I've been promising this video for some time now, and now that we're in 2020, um, not that it makes sense to do it now. What am I trying to say? The timing is just right. Literally, the timing is right. Okay, so what I want to say starting out is a couple of disclaimers. The first thing is, please excuse me, but I've been working like the last 3 days 24 hours nonstop, just with computer work and everything. So my eyes are looking a little like tired. So I am going to bed early tonight so that I can be fresh for my clients tomorrow. So I'm a little like in that floaty like stage where you just want to like lay down and go to sleep. So I'm trying to keep my eyes awake, and I've been sipping on tea and water and things. So please excuse me, but I just need to get some things out for my students and my clients. Number two, a quick disclaimer. Everything that I share in my videos are things and items and herbs and protocols and practices that I personally use myself. So there's nothing in my videos that I have shared with you in the past, present, or near future that I have not done myself. I just want to put that out there first. And then number three, I'm not a doctor. Okay, I'm a colon therapist that lives a very consistent, holistic lifestyle. So it's not that I know more than other people. It's just that I practice what I preach. So I really want to put that out there. So if you have any pre-existing conditions, I'm going to recommend that you take what I say with a grain of salt. Okay. What I know for sure is that your health is your responsibility. It's not the responsibility of anybody else, including myself, and it's not the responsibility of the government to take care of your well-being. I just want to put that out there. It is your responsibility to take care of you first and foremost, out the gate. Okay. So now that has been said, you may want to grab a pen and paper because I'm going to be dropping a couple of pearls of wisdom and some good information for you in regards to enemas. So what is an enema, and what's the difference between an enema and a colonic session? So an enema is a way of filtering or cleaning the rectum, and then the enema can travel the length of your colon depending on your technique, if you're laying down, if you're standing up, and how much water you are flowing into the colon. You have enemas that are less than 32 ounces, and then you have enemas that can go up to 5 quarts of liquid. So it just depends, and it depends on your goal, what you want to accomplish. Enemas are excellent for relieving pain immediately, relieving constipation immediately, relieving bloating, gas, distension, feeling full. That will release that immediately, literally, by doing that. It can also induce a really, really good sleep because it takes the pressure off of your nervous system. It can hydrate you. You can also do medicinal herbs, which is where you start to add things to the water, add herbs to the water, like apple cider vinegar, baking soda, Himalayan pink salt, wheatgrass, chlorophyll, chlorella, garlic, party arco. I mean, we can just keep going on and on and on and on and on. You can also do aloe vera. I mean, there's so many different combinations. You can also do coffee enemas. One thing that I do want to say in regards to the coffee enemas is that you don't want to use instant coffee. Please don't do that. I had somebody do that and they got very sick. Please do not use instant coffee, and do not use regular coffee like Folgers or anything along those lines. And do not use any coffee that you purchase from Starbucks. I had somebody do that and they got sick. Yes. I know it sounds very like what, but they did, right? And so what I want to make sure that you understand is that if you're going to do a coffee enema, you do need to use enema grade coffee, coffee that is specifically made for enemas. The reason being is because the goal is to pull toxins out of the body. Regular coffee has things in it that we should not be putting in our body rectally. Let's just put that out there, okay? So I want you to be very safe in administering the enema, but also know what to put and add to your water. That's the first thing. The second thing is, what do you lubricate with? I lubricate my colonic sessions, and when I do my enemas at home, I just use plain coconut oil. Coconut oil's velocity is very easy for the body to absorb. Your body likes coconut oil. It is a high lubricant. It's water soluble, so the body absorbs it right away, and it provides the slippery motion that you need to insert. And you have to remember that the anus is not self-lubricating, so you will need some type of lubrication. I highly recommend that you use coconut oil or sesame seed oil, grapeseed oil, something that has a velocity to it that's very thick and that your body actually loves, okay? So the difference between an enema and a colonic is that the enema will cleanse the lower part of the colon, including the rectum. It can travel the entire length of the colon, but it's a little difficult to do that with an enema. So an enema can provide quick relief. It can provide medicinal relief right away. Like if you have a fever and you need to bring it down, you can do a like tepid water enema and it'll bring the temperature all the way down in the body. If you need to infuse probiotics into the system because a client has been, or a loved one, excuse me, not a client, a loved one has been sick for a while, you can do a probiotic implant or enema. So these are really good tools to really understand how to care for your home, for your loved ones, not necessarily for your home, but to care for those who are living in your home, your husband, your wife, your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your kids, your grandmother, all that good stuff. I have my mother doing enemas. I have my sister doing enemas. My partner actually reminds me to do my enemas because he does his so often. And he's 55 and he doesn't look 55. He doesn't have a stomach. Like, he's in really good shape. It's rare that I ever see him sick. I've seen the benefits of enemas for me personally over the 15 plus years I've been a colon therapist. I mean, hands down, it is simply the best tool to have in your arsenal if you want to be, if you want to take care of yourself and if you want to be well. And then in conjunction with the colonics, so a colonic will cleanse the entire length of your colon within 45 minutes. Depending on the person, depending on how dehydrated the person is, depending on how constipated the person is, depending on if the person had surgeries recently or if they have a lot of medication in their system, that all plays a huge role in it. But I'm able to move a whole lot more out during a colonic than I am doing an enema. However, it depends on how it is being administered. So that can be a whole nother like enema and colonic training in itself. I won't go too much into that. But what you do need to know is that if you are suffering from anything, it could be random pain, it could be arthritis, it could be gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, headaches, acne, you're not sleeping, you're irritated, you're moody, you're depressed, you have anxiety. If you give yourself an enema, I guarantee you will feel some type of relief somewhere in your body. And one thing that I've been putting together and recommending for my clients is to have them do 7 days of enemas straight. You can do that just plain with water, or you can do it with pink Himalayan salt, 2 pinches of pink Himalayan salt, and 2 ounces of apple cider vinegar. I recommend Bragg's, but that's totally up to you. And in regards to apple cider vinegar, you do not want to use white vinegar. That is very different from apple cider vinegar. I need to make that disclaimer because a client, unfortunately, purchased white vinegar. You do not want to pickle your insides. You don't want to do that. So be very aware of what you're purchasing and why. You want to use Bragg's apple cider vinegar with the mother. I cannot stress that enough. You're going to use 2 ounces of that, 2 pinches of pink Himalayan salt, to 32 ounces of spring water or distilled water, or whatever water you have at your disposal. I highly recommend that you do not use faucet or tap water because there's just too many things in the water, especially if you live here in California. Our water is not the best unless you have a filter. If you have a filter, then go for it. Okay, so you're going to do an enema every day for 7 days straight at the same time every day. So if you want to do your enemas in the morning at 8 o'clock, for the next 7 days, you're going to do all of your enemas at 7 a.m. in the morning. Or if you want to do it before you go to sleep at night, do it every night at 8:30 p.m. It doesn't matter when you do it, as long as you do it. What you're doing is you're creating consistency in the body. You're hydrating your body from the inside out. You are also balancing out your pH level due to the salt and the apple cider vinegar. You're rinsing the insides of your rectum and the lower part of your bowel, which is your colon, literally. You are going to disturb any parasites that are present. Now, what I mean by disturb is that number 1, parasites don't like water. Number 2, parasites don't like pink Himalayan salt. Number 3, parasites despise apple cider vinegar. So by you doing the same thing every day for 7 days, if there are any parasites in your body, you're going to disrupt them and you're going to move them out of your anus. Now, what does that look like? It's so many different levels of what parasites look like. That has to be on another video, literally, for the healing crisis and all that good stuff. There's so much I can talk about in regards to that. It's a video on its own, and I will try to do a follow-up video in regards to that as well. But you will start passing mucus. You will start passing undigested food. You will have an abundance of bowels moving. You will experience a shift. You might experience a shift with your skin. You may experience a shift with your breath. You may experience a shift with your weight. You may experience a shift with your sleeping patterns. You may be sleeping deeper. You may have an increase in an abundance of ideas now on how to make money. Emotionally, you may be leveled out if you've been anxious or having depression or just kind of stuck. Enemas have been known to give you this like new breath fresh of life, literally, to kind of refresh you, right? Because it takes energy to hold on to waste. When you're no longer holding on to waste, then your body can think of new ideas. It can repair old cells. It could, increase your circulation. There's so many things that your body can do with that energy outside of holding on to physical solid waste, mucus, parasites, and undigested food, if that makes sense. Okay, so I just want to give you that little bit of information. A lot of people are asking me, where can you purchase a enema bag? You can get an enema kit off of Amazon, of course. You can get pretty much everything off of Amazon. You can also go to a drugstore like CVS or Rite Aid. You can also go to a health food store like Mother's Market, Rainbow Acres. Any place like that will have an enema bag. And if you're still not finding where you can get an enema bag, you can always reach out to me. My phone number is 562-682-0818. And my website is Moya, MOYA, bodycare.com. And I just want to stop by and give you a little bit more about enemas. I'm going to follow this video up with a couple of different videos in regards to enema recipes, how to, the effects, the cleansing crisis, the healing crisis, etc., etc., etc. So please look out for that. I hope this helps somebody, or I hope it helps you. And then, of course, if you need any personal assistance and guidance, I do offer consultations. So please let me know if you need my help. I'm always here to be of service. Again, my phone number is 562 682-0818. Until then, be blessed.